Hi everyone, this week's Parsha is Parshat Ki-Tisa. And in this week's Parsha we have the famous episode of the golden calf, followed by the destroying of the Ten Commandments, the tablets, and the rebuke. Moshe also pleading with Hashem, with God, to not punish the people as severely as God wanted to, not to wipe them out for the sin of the golden calf, etc. There's a lot that goes on in this week's Parsha. So something I wanted to focus on in particular is when Moshe destroys the tablets. Now, in the Torah, we have a concept called a krik siv. When a word in the Torah is written one way and pronounced another. And sometimes you have a word that's written in one way that, with different punctuation, could be pronounced a different way than one way or another as well. And in this case, when Moshe is destroying the tablets, it says that he cast them down biyadav, right? He cast the tablets down to the floor with his hands. This word with his hands implies that he dropped both the tablets because he was holding one in one hand and one in the other. There are two tablets, so he dropped both of his hands. This word could also be read as biyado, with his hand, implying possibly that Moshe only had the intent to drop one tablet. So I heard a beautiful piece of Torah on this from Rav Yisrael Salanter, a modern day gadol, real smart, really smart rabbi who gives a lot of really amazing Torah insights. And he says as follows, that Moshe here, the Torah is pointing out to us that what happened with the sin of the golden calf, Bnei Yisrael, the Jews, had a problem with their bein adam lamakum, as we say, between their relationship between them, us, the Jewish people, and Hashem, that relationship. Not necessarily directly, at least, the relationship between one person and another, which, for context, is represented the first 5 of the commandments, of the 10 commandments, are bein adam lamakom, we say, between humans and Hashem, and the second 5 are between interpersonal relationships. So Rabbi Yisrael Salanter points out, he says, what the Torah is trying to tell us here with this play on words, beyadav and beyado, with his hands or with his hand, is that without beyado, without the first 5 first 5 commandments that push us to cultivate a healthy relationship with Hashem based on, right, one God, no other gods, relationship with your parents, Shabbos, right? If we don't have any of those, then we can't even get to the interpersonal relationships in the second half of the 10 commandments. The core of our ability to have good interpersonal relationships is tied to the fact that we have a good relationship with Hashem. And I think it's case in point when you look at civilizations over the course of history that weren't rooted within some belief of the divine, with some belief of a God, a singular God. Their morals, their interpersonal relationships are really messed up, for lack of a better term. So my bracha to everyone this week is that we should all have a heightened sense of awareness of our relationship with Hashem based on those first 5 commandments, and with that, our interpersonal relationships and our morals should only become better. And with that, I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.